Hello dear students, welcome to maths class.
Now we are going to look the addition and subtraction of negative and a positive number. Last day we discussed one type, that is 3 minus 5, that is a small number minus a large number. See here 3 is a positive number and the sign before 5 is negative. So here the bigger number, a smaller number minus a bigger number. Then how do we did this calculation? Do you remember that? Yes, what is that? See, here bigger one is 5. So 5 minus 3, 5 minus 3. Find out the difference between the bigger and smaller and put the sign of the bigger one in the answer. Okay, so what is 5 minus 3? 2. And the answer is negative 2. Okay, then what about 5 minus 10? 5 minus 10. Which one is bigger, 10 or 5? 10 is bigger. So find out the difference. 10 minus 5 is equal to 5. Here which one is bigger? 10 is bigger and the sign before 10 is negative. So the answer is negative 5. Okay, so a small number minus a big number is always the negative of the difference between the numbers. Okay, then next type is, yes, first type is over. Second type is negative 10 plus 5. Okay, here we have addition of one negative number and a positive number. Okay, same case is happening here. Okay, 3 minus 5 means it is actually 3 plus negative 5. Okay, 3 minus 5 is 3 plus negative 5. Here also we find out the difference between 5 and 3 and put the sign of the bigger one here, that is negative 2. Same rule we can apply here also, that is negative 10 plus 5. Okay, here which one is bigger? Here see, here two numbers having different sign. Okay, if two numbers having different signs, one is negative and other is positive. Okay, then find out the difference between them. If different signs are there in the numbers, then find out the difference between the numbers and put the sign of the larger number in numeric value. Which one is larger? Put that number sign as the answer sign. Okay, so here negative 10 is bigger and 5 is smaller. Okay, negative 10 is not bigger than 5, but numerical value without signs 10 is bigger than 5, right? So if two numbers having different signs, find out their difference. What is the difference between 10 and 5? The difference between 10 and 5 is 5. Okay, and the larger one is sign is negative. So the answer is equal to negative 5. Okay, then what about negative 7 plus 2? See, here also negative 7 is without sign 7 is bigger. So 7 minus 2 is 5 and the sign of the larger one is negative. So answer is negative 5. Then what about negative 5 plus 5? Okay, negative 5 plus 5. Here also the numbers having different signs. So find out the difference between them. What is the difference between 5 and 5? 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. But 0 having no sign. This an positive or negative. Okay, 0 is a neutral number. Okay, so a number plus its negative is always 0. Then what about negative 6 plus 6? That is equal to 0. Then what about negative 100 plus 100? That is also equal to 0. Any number plus its negative is always 0. Okay, then can you tell what is negative 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2? Negative 1 by 2. Same numbers, positive and negative. Together we have 0. Okay, for any number this rule is applicable. So second type is over. That is one negative number plus one positive number is always the difference between the numbers and it's bear the sign of the bigger number. Okay. Next type is, yes, negative 5 minus 2. Okay, it is actually 2 less than negative 5. Less than means numbers are moving to the left side. Okay, then which is number? Two numbers before 5. Before 5, that is equal to actually -7, right? In number line we can see that -5 is here. Then minus means moving towards left. So two numbers before -5 is equal to -7. Okay, then how do we find the answer without drawing our number line and all? See, here both numbers having the same sign, right? Both numbers having the same sign. So if same signs, find out the sum of these two numbers. What is the sum of 5 and 2? Sum of 5 and 2 is equal to, yes, 7, and its sign is negative. Okay, so if two numbers having the same sign, find out their sum and put the common sign there. Then what about -4 minus 1? -4 minus 1, that is equal to negative of 4 plus 1, that is equal to -5. Okay, so same signs, if the numbers having same sign, find out the sum and put the same sign. And if the numbers having different signs, find out the difference and put the larger number sign to the answer. Okay. Then what about -5 plus -2? See, plus minus 2 means it is actually -2. Okay, plus minus is minus. So -5 minus 2 is equal to -7. -5 plus minus 2 is equal to -5 minus 2, that is equal to -7. Okay, we already know these things from 7th standard, right? Then next we have negative of negative signs. That is, see, here we have 5 minus -2. 5 minus -2, another type. What is 5 minus -2? Negative of negative is always positive. See, two negative signs comes together, then the sign change to positive. That is, it is equal to 5 plus 2. Okay, 5 minus -2 is equal to 5 plus 2. So what is the answer? 7. Then what about 4 minus -10? 4 minus -10 is equal to 4 plus 10. Negative of negative is equal to positive. So 4 plus 10 is equal to 40. Then can you say -5 minus -2? How do we find this answer? See, here we have -5. No change for it. -5. Then what about negative of negative -2? Negative of negative is positive. So positive 2. -5 plus 2. -5 plus 2. See, here the numbers having different signs. So find out the difference between the numbers. What is the difference between numbers? 5 minus 2 is equal to 3, and the biggest number is a negative number, then put the negative sign there. That is equal to, answer is equal to -3. So these are the important rules of addition and subtraction of negative and positive numbers. That is, if two numbers having different signs, find out the difference between the numbers and put the larger number sign there. If two numbers having same sign, then find out the sum of the numbers and put same sign there. And negative of negative means it is always positive. That is, 5 minus -2 is equal to 5 plus 2. Okay. So these are the important rules regarding the addition and subtraction of negative numbers. Okay. Now we have the multiplication rules. We have some multiplication rules also for the negative numbers. Okay, the first rule is, yes, first one. First we are going to multiply two positive numbers. That is, if we multiply a positive number with another positive number, the answer is always positive. Okay, second rule is, if we multiply a negative number with a positive number, answer is always negative. Third rule, if we multiply a positive number with a negative number, the answer is always negative. Then fourth rule, a negative number into another negative number gives always a positive answer. Okay, so these are the rules for multiplication of negative and positive numbers. See, if two numbers having the same sign, answer will always a positive number, and if the numbers having different signs, then the answer is always a negative number. Let us have some examples. See, what about 5 into 7? We already know what is 5 into 7. 5 into 7 is 35. Then what about negative 5 into 7? Negative 5 into 7. See, one is negative and other is positive. So find out the product of these two numbers. What is 5 into 7? 5 into 7 is 35 itself. But here one is negative and other is positive. So the answer is always negative. Okay, then what about 5 into negative 7? 5 into negative 7. See, here also 5 into 7 is 35. But here the numbers are different signs, having different signs. So answer is always negative. Then what about negative 5 into negative 7? That is, see, same sign. So the answer is always positive. Okay, so these are the rules. Positive into positive is always positive. Negative into positive is negative. Positive into negative is also negative. Then negative into negative is equal to 30. Positive. Okay, so if we multiply same signs, the answer is always positive. See, positive into positive is positive and negative into negative is also positive. Then negative into positive is negative and positive into negative is negative. Okay, these are the important rules for multiplication of negative numbers. Next we have the division of positive and negative numbers. Okay, this is exactly similar to the multiplication. That is, positive divided by positive. Find out the answer and put the positive sign there. Then negative divided by positive is always negative. Then positive divided by negative is always negative. And negative divided by negative is always positive. These are the important rules of division. See, if we divide a positive number by a positive number, find out the answer and put positive sign. And a negative by positive, find out the answer and put negative sign. In positive by negative, find out the answer and put negative sign. Then negative by negative is always a positive number. Okay, let us have some examples. See, here we have 12 divided by 2. What is 12 divided by 2? It is 6. We know that. Then what about 12 divided by negative 2? 12 divided by negative 2. One is a positive and other is a negative. Okay. Without sign, find out the answer. What is 12 divided by 2? 6. But here one number is negative. So the answer is always negative. Then what about negative 12 divided by 2? See, here also without sign, find out the answer. 12 divided by 2 is equal to 6. And here also one number is negative. So the answer is negative. Then what about negative 12 divided by negative 2? Negative 12 divided by negative 2 is equal to, find out the answer and put positive sign. So 12 divided by 2 is equal to 6 and the answer is always positive. These are the rules of negative numbers: addition, multiplication and division. Okay, we have some problems based on this idea, and we will discuss all these problems in the class. Okay, thank you.